Hi Gemini, I hope you guys are doing great today. Let's get into your general messages for Sunday the 14th to Sunday the 22nd. This is where we're going to have the astrological new year on the 20th, so awesome. You guys are going to be feeling this mostly in your 11th house of goals, gains, friends. If I can shuffle these cards, it'd be awesome. Let's pull a Moonology card for a crowning. Adjustments are required, Gemini. Adjustments are required. Third quarter moon. Okay. All right, let's put this over here. Let's pull a few. Let's get a wisdom of the oracle. I'm just going to do it a little different this week, like whatever. I'm just going to be doing a bunch of Celtic cross spreads, doing a little bit of mix of this and that. That's what we're doing now. I'm just feeling that. Milk and honey, keeping a focus on what really matters. Milk and honey. Really thinking about what really matters to you at the end of the day. What is your milk and honey, right? What makes you feel safe, secure in that relationship, in that job, whatever it is. Okay, we get procrastination. That's so funny. Aries just got this as well. You could just make whatever needs to come out, right? I guess a lot of people are procrastinating, which makes sense to me. You know, Pisces energy typically does incite a lot of procrastination for sure, right? It's a very sort of watery, sit back kind of energy. And now we're going to be going into Aries, though. It's like, come on, let's go. Let's get out of our own way right now. So adjustments are required as you end procrastinating in something while you focus on what really matters to you in that relationship, in that job, in that family connection, whatever it is that's going on. So let's just pull some general energies and let's lay the land first. We have Six of Wands crossed by the Four of Pentacles. So do you feel like somebody is very concerned about their future right now? Very focused on wondering if they're going to be okay moving forward. All right. So coming into this energy, we have the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups is, Page always incites a new cycle. Cups has to do with anything in your emotional space. So this could be anything from a new relationship, a new offer, some sort of good news coming in regarding anything. If you're in a relationship already, some sort of good news coming in about an emotional aspect that would positively influence your relationship. For others of you, this can indicate a new potential partner being on the near horizon, which is really, really nice. Person who's very sensitive, very artistic, very generous energy. For others of you, this could mean a new job. So depending on what your situation is coming into this. So some sort of situation coming up that's positively impacting your relationship, or at least the idea of it was at play here. Something positive, some sort of positive possible job opportunity, but something really good. Situation right now is we have the Six of Wands, fabulous, and we have this being crossed by the Four of Pentacles. So the Six of Wands is an energy of success. This is deserved success, great energy if you've been struggling lately. This has to do with like acknowledgement at work. So if this has to do with relationship, feelings are shared, they're well received. Very positive communication comes in that can end up leading to a deepening of a connection. In general, really good news in any aspect of your life, guys, honestly, like whether it has to do with love, a property, education, work, any kind of decision making, really good. Now, what's crossing this is the Four of Pentacles. So the Four of Pentacles is about security. You know, in a nutshell, it's about security. It's about your security out in the 3D. Do you have enough money? Are you feeling secure in your life? But it also has to do with how are you feeling in a relationship as well. So it kind of feeds into this idea of self-protection. This also indicates self-improvement, really watching out for yourself, watching your resources, and everything to the end point of helping to ensure a firm foundation, whether it's in that relationship or whether it has to do with money in life, whatever it is. If this has to do with work, this tells me that you attain a secure position, especially if you've been working either part-time or maybe differently than you've been. This does indicate something new coming in. So excellent to get with that Six of Wands energy. So if you've been really trying to move forward in something, it does seem like things going in a more favorable direction for you there. I like the Queen of Swords as the crowning energy. Very motivated, very, very motivated. You're motivated to find the truth and the psychological motivations of somebody or group of people that you're dealing with. It's a very strong energy, very experienced. This is somebody who's very strong in adversity. You're very determined right now. You're very determined and you're standing super strong right now, Gemini. There's no question. Some of you may resonate with this as your experience being a single parent and you needing to see yourself through some sort of time period of adversity, and you focusing on how it is that you can incite more security in your life right now. And that could be in anything having to do with money or relationships or even family connections, you know, particularly if you've been feeling a little distant from family right now. But you're trying to figure out what's necessary in order to make something tick properly. You know what I mean? Like the truth and the psychological motivations of a person, a group of people as a way of moving forward. But it's all about the truth. So I really like that. Now we have the Ace of Swords as the foundation. So the Ace of Swords is, first of all, it's an excellent energy, very auspicious for all areas of your life because this indicates new beginnings. Now for some of you, this can be a new enterprise, like a new job, opening up a new business, a new investment, you know, any kind of enterprise like that, any kind of creative project, really good. This is also a beautiful energy to work with a very clear mind, very clear, and there's an immediate change to your circumstances here for the better. So very, very clear thinking. So you're very clear about what it is that you want to work at, or at least you're very clear about what you don't want to do. So that's good. You have a very distinct sense of clarity when it comes to relationship, and you may have been feeling very, very confused up to this point regarding a particular area of your life, and this just seems like clarity. Your eyes are open. All of a sudden there's a change in your circumstances for the better because of your ability to be very mentally agile, and you're just like, let's go, I want to move. And of course, right? I mean, because Mars is in you. Mars is in Gemini right now, right? So we have this astrological new year happening in that 11th house that I was telling you about. So you're going to be very, very motivated to sort of move your life forward towards whatever it is that you see in your mind's eye as a goal. So let's get this relationship going. Let's get this career going. You know, if these friends are holding you back, you're making a change there. Whatever's holding you back and whatever has been tripping you up is going to be addressed right now, because you're really not going to want to have it. And what I like about this, though, those of you who are dealing with relationships, this is about getting over past obstacles and really getting what you want. Thoughts becoming things. You just want to make sure that you're assertive and not aggressive in this energy. It's the only little thing. So we have right now, you are the Page of Wands. So the page, again, always does indicate this kind of new cycle happening here. And the Page of Wands is good news about any project, all right, that requires any kind of negotiation. So really busy time for you at work, having to do with anything you're doing in your career. This can also incite a new offer. And I was just thinking, like, because Aries had gotten Not All That Glitters as one of the crowning cards, and I'm feeling that with you right now, because with this energy, you may be getting an offer that is maybe not as great as you would like. Okay, but in theory, it still kind of works for you. All right, so just know that going in, right? It's still going to appeal to you. Just make sure, again, you read the fine print. I always say that with this energy. Always read the fine print. Don't sign anything before that. Don't agree to anything before reading the fine print. Really, really nice. Now, for those of you in a space of relationship, this is the funny thing about, which I'm laughing. God, right, because Geminis are classic in relationship when it comes to, requiring like this Renaissance kind of energy, right? In relationship, I discuss this quite often. The Page of Wand energy is very, very motivated to kind of go out and meet people and be very feisty and very, very attractive, right? Great, right? But the thing is here, this energy can get bored very easy and then ends up moving on to whatever attracts them next, right? So here you really want to make sure, because this is showing up in the you energy, you want to make sure that you walk your talk right now. So whatever you're promising, you're putting out there, you follow it up. right? With integrity that I know you guys have so much of, but you know, it's not because there's any malice at the bottom of it. It's boredom. It's the idea of, you know, that seems okay now, but you know what? I don't know if it's enough for me to hang out and stay. The energy that's external to you that's going to be impacting you is the Six of Pentacles, and this is about property and family, inheritance. The idea of generosity and support. Really, I always think of this as like, I have your back, you have mine. So if you've been struggling financially, things can improve. Money coming to you. Maybe for some of you, someone from your past offering you support, or you offering it to them in some way, that can incite this page, this new beginning. So I feel like a lot of you are going to be getting help from outside people, or at least getting into this space where you feel like you're with an energy, either an intimate partner, a business partner, or a family member. You're feeling very supported by somebody in that way, right? Now we have in the challenge here, we have the Six of Cups energy as the challenge. So for those of you who are maybe separated from somebody that you've been in relationship with, your challenge might be that you're feeling very nostalgic for them, where you feel like you know, you're really thinking about the past and you're wanting to reconcile or reconnect with somebody from your past. For some of you, this can indicate reconnecting with old friends. Others of you, reconnecting with somebody from your past. You're gonna have to decide if you think it's worth going for again. But it is about finding the right balance in relationship, especially if you've suffered any sort of mistreatment, things being remedied, right? But this is in your challenge position, is dealing with this, dealing with and knowing like how to even handle that. Things coming back from the past, whether they're friends, an intimate relationship, because it does seem like there was something in the past that happened that really rubbed you the wrong way, that either the reality of the person or the situation is front and center in your mind, and you're like, no, I remember that and I don't want to go back to that kind of thing, or where you just felt hurt. It's going to be different for each of you. But that's because that is a challenge for you. Now we have in the near future the Seven of Swords energy. So just watch out for this energy. I do always say that, you know, this really can indicate either theft, right? Literal or metaphorical, meaning this can be a very like dishonest, immoral, running away kind of energy. Somebody who has trouble with boundaries, somebody who is really selfish. You need your instincts and your wits to figure out the real truth of the situation. You might be in a space where you're going to need to play them at their own game to figure out what's really going on with them. You know, and going back to this Queen of Swords energy, I won't be surprised if you're just like really trying to figure out what somebody's full deal is. You know what I mean? So you might have to be in that little bit of a mask wearing energy, just acting like as if, while you figure out what somebody's real deal is. But it does seem like you're dealing with an energy that can be kind of dishonest and has a little too selfish, very selfish in that way. And we use the final energy though as the outcome, the Emperor energy. So those of you who are single, looking for a relationship, this can indicate meeting somebody new. So this is really nice in that way. Those of you who are in a relationship right now, this tells me that practical matters, future plans, things being addressed in a current relationship. So maybe somebody was seemingly rather selfish, or seemingly like a little left to center with the boundaries, or just maybe you felt like they were running away from something. Here in this energy, it's kind of having a little sit down with all of that. If this has to do with career, finances getting organized and balanced, I really like. This is like things going well in work or a money situation. Things happening at work are going to feel pretty fair. And you know, but the thing here, if what you're doing doesn't really move you or impassion you or motivate you, Gemini, you're just going to feel really stifled right now. So it may be, because remember the Emperor is that leadership energy. It's like, come on, let's go, fresh path, new perspective. It's you taking control. So only you know the answer to this. But if you're not feeling in control and in the space of happiness, if you're not feeling fundamental joy from what it is that you're doing. And I'm not saying there are going to be days where you're not into it, of course, but I mean this fundamental joy. This needs to be looked at right now for you, for sure. We have the Three of Cups in the reverse. The Three of Cups in reverse is feeling a lack of support right now. Some of you might be partying too much, one could be. Dealing with a lot of gossip at work, that might be too. But where you just are feeling you're not sure if you're feeling enough support in this relationship, in this job, in this family situation. And then we have the sun reverse. There's no way of seeing anything negative about this. It's always positive, always positive. It's just there does indicate a delay. So some sort of delay. And you might be feeling a little sad right now, but that's okay. Things are going to end up passing for you, and you're going to have everything that you want. But there are these adjustments that are going to be required, and you really need to figure out with the milk and honey what really matters to you, and stop procrastinating, whatever area in your life you're procrastinating in. So that's the general lay of the land. Let's pull some specific cards for relationship right now. Those of you in relationship, maybe you're single, maybe you're coupled, maybe you're complicated. So we have the Empress energy crossed by the Nine of Wands. So it's like you really want to grow in something. You really want this relationship that's very fertile, that's very energized, that's full of love, that's very connected. You're very ready for it. But the cross is the Nine of Wands, and the Nine of Wands is like you're barely holding on. You're in a strong position, right, with the Nine of Wands. You're definitely in a strong position. And it's like you fought a very long and hard fight in something, and this has exhausted you, but you are going to have the perseverance to see it through. This is temporary. And you're probably going to be feeling super, super defensive for yourself, right? Just you're going to be watching out for yourself. But just be careful that it doesn't put you in a really negative mindset, right? Because this is a good energy. You're going to have success as long as you maintain that balance, right? Because remember, what comes after the Nine of Wands is the Ten of Wands, right? Now, the crowning energy, we do have the Page of Coins. So the Page always incites a new cycle. Coins a mental, physical, emotional connection. So this can incite a new relationship for some of you who are single. This is really nice. Like somebody coming in and just seeing like all of your beautiful shining parts. Others of you, if you're in a relationship, this does indicate you putting a lot of hard work into a new cycle, right? There's a strong potential for success here. There really, really is. And we have the foundation. We have another coin energy, which is Queen is about connection. And we have this coin energy that I like. This is about being a very reliable and supportive and affectionate energy for your partner, you getting that back. This can indicate marriage or money coming to those of you who are coupled, very good financial management, a very healthy sex life, lots of fertility, beautiful fertility if you're trying to get pregnant, really good energy for that as well. So, I mean, this looks good after what seems to be pretty challenging time period. You're like in your High Priestess energy right now. I feel like, Gemini, I feel like a lot of you are just very sort of in your mind, in your feels about what you are ultimately planning for yourself, and you're not talking to anybody about it. It's almost like if you're in a relationship, let's just say, if you're in a relationship, you're figuring out, okay, I want to be in this relationship. I really do. And if it works out, great. For it to work out, A, B, and C would really kind of need to go on. And if that doesn't happen, then this is my plan B and C kind of thing. So some of you are in that space. Those of you who are single, very in your High Priestess energy, really trying to listen to your intuition, saying to yourself, like, look, I want to be in a happy relationship. I do. With this Nine of Wands energy here, crossing this ability to grow, it's this idea of you're tired, though. You're tired from past bullshit, quite frankly, and you're just in this space of saying like, all right, I have to reason that out. I have to reason out the fact that I want to be in a relationship, but I'm kind of tired from a lot of the nonsense that I've been through. And I feel like once you do that, you're going to be sort of opening yourself up to this very nice connection here. Oh my gosh, you're the sun right now. Which is beautiful. Again, you have two sun energies in this reading, so this is really nice. This is, in numerology, this is the Wheel of Fortune, which indicates to me you've reached a turning point in your life. This is really about like success, just like good health, you have everything that you need to create what you want as long as it's good for you. Just things are getting better here, right? The warmth of the sun brings us what we really want, beautiful connections. Some of you might even be taking a vacation, doing lots of just beautiful, it's just like a really beautiful energy. I really like it. For those of you who, I feel like some of you may even be in a situation where just having to do with you right now. Some of you may be in this situation where you're in a position at work where you can make more money. You're getting a lot of deserved acknowledgement at this point. And that's going to be impacting somehow your relationship. And I feel like it's going to be a little different for each of you, but that is what I'm feeling here. Now, we have the Two of Cups as the external energy that's influencing you. So obviously, if you're single, right, this does indicate a really beautiful relationship coming, and mutually supportive, definitely a new passion, right, if you guys are unattached. Positive proposal, though, for those of you in relationship. If things are difficult, harmony returning, very nurturing vibe. I do like it a lot. Now, the challenging energy is the Three of Wands. So it might be this kind of thing, but like, yeah, but how are we actually going to move forward kind of thing? I mean, this is one of the good fortune cards. This is about thriving, right? Thriving in relationship. The thing is, you may have to take a little bit of a different approach to something in order to make this relationship work. And I'm being called to say that I'm not even sure exactly what I mean. So like some element of you might be dealing with somebody who's just maybe unconventional. They have an unconventional schedule, an unconventional line of work, or you guys might be realizing that you have to have some sort of unconventional arrangement in order to make the relationship work, which now that we're in the age of Aquarius, like whatever goes, right? I mean, so maybe like you really want to move in together, but you can't live together, or there's something going on like that, something that, but you're being called forward too, right? But this can be a challenge for some of you. So you're being called forward in this relationship. There's something unconventional about it. This can also be an indicator for a wedding or just a straight up super important relationship, right? And you moving on to be able to realize your plans, but you feeling challenged in that. So, maybe things just not going exactly the way that you want right now. Psychological energy, not happening in the 3D. So a lot of this could just be based in fear, right, of whatever your past experiences have been. Then we have in the near future, we have the Lover's energy. This is your card. So this is about needing to make a decision in love. So first of all, if you're single, love yourself first to release any blocks, so that you can end up manifesting the right relationship when the time is right, right? So that you're open and you don't have that do not disturb sign on you. Metaphorically, we don't mean to do that to ourselves. You just want to think about that for a minute. And for those of you who are partnered, this is, again, a love decision is needed, and you have to really figure out if you both are equally willing to work at something at the same level. I mean, are the scales ever totally even? No. I mean, 50-50 is sort of Pollyanna thinking, on Wednesday might be 40-60, and by Friday might be 30-70, but then by Saturday maybe it's 40-60 again, that kind of thing, So is everybody showing up the way that they need to be? If you do, Archangel Raphael blesses this energy for sure, but everybody's got to be on the same page. Now we have the Knight of Coins as the final outcome. So the Knight of Coins is really about you investing your time wisely. Now, this is a very loyal and dependable energy, but you want to ask yourself, are you bored? Again, going back to this idea, what is it that you really want, right? Because this energy can be kind of boring, kind of slow to share their feelings, and depending on what you're looking for, right? This person can be your like ride or die rock, but they might lack the excitement to really go the long term in a way that keeps you interested. Are you going to be truly satisfied in this life with this person that they might be offering you, whether, and whatever that means for you? So you're going to be in this space though, where you're going to need to understand, like, is this really what I want? Because the energy does offer positive in there being an increase in connection, right? But this increase in connection is going to be a lot harder more work than you actually initially thought or realized, or harder and more work than you've been giving to relationship up to this point. So only you're going to know the answer to that. You're going to have to figure out if the work that's necessary to make a relationship work, is it something that really resonates with you? Or is it the kind of thing where you're like, you know, I really want to be with them. I really do. I know what we need to do, but I just don't feel like I have the energy to do it. You know what I mean? Something like that. So we have the death energy. Okay, clarifying. So for some of you, this can be definitely either ending something or just taking a break. It doesn't have to be forever, but there can definitely be a break had here with the death card so that the relationship can find its legs later on. You know, and we have the Hangman. So you're trying to get a different perspective of the situation. So the Hangman is Neptune. Neptune rules the 12th house. It's Pisces house. So it's very sort of like there's a lack of clarity in the Hangman. Definitely a lack of clarity. So, you know, those of you who may be in a space where you are single, the Hangman energy can indicate you may be communicating with somebody online and you're hanging out waiting for them to acknowledge, literally hanging out, but waiting for them to acknowledge you and this their feelings for you in the same way that you feel about them, that kind of thing. Because you might be realizing somebody might have a commitment issue, or at least what it is that you're looking for from them, and you being in a space of wondering if it's even worth waiting for. And that could actually go for anybody. Just waiting, is somebody on the same page as you? And if they're not, is it worth hanging out waiting for? You know, and some of you may be even taking a break from the relationship while you're in a space of realizing this. So that is what I see for the relationship. Let me just pull a few cards for this person's energy that you might be dealing with. Three of Wands. So they definitely want a life with you. Somebody wants a life with you. I mean, this Three of Wands is like, come hither, you know, let's go. Very important relationship, very important. But maybe very different than anybody that you've ever gone out with before. You know, they might be like a different nationality, or they might be a different personality. They might be a different culture, you know, whatever, right? Anything like that. We have the Three of Swords, card of pain. Page of Cups. Last one. Two pages. Important relationship. Important relationship, important relationship. Page of Cups offering. Page of Wands. There's lots of passion here for sure. Page of Wands. I mean, this is really about, you know, again, though, it's this energy where, you know, if somebody gets bored, they move on to the next thing. So this might be a thing in the relationship, though, and that could be coming from you or coming from them. Whereas like this offer, you know, comes in. The Three of Swords energy is just about heartbreak and pain, betrayal, depression. But the clouds of doubt like kind of subsiding and whatever was painful. So there might be some sort of cyclical kind of thingy going on here where it's like you guys were together and then you share like it was really depressed when we were together, or I felt really betrayed by you, whatever the source of pain was. Hey, why don't we, you know, try it this way? But then we have the Page of Wands where it's like, awesome, let's go. But then, you know, I'm not sure if that's actually the right thing. So I don't know, Gemini, you might have to be asking yourself if this is actually really what you want, because we have the Page of Swords, which is about the truth being revealed, having to do with the new cycle, you gaining clarity, you know, being in this space of, I don't know, I just don't know if it's worth it, because you're definitely at a stalemate. But the stalemate, this stalemate really is requiring that you make a decision. You have to resolve it. A decision about the future is needed, having to do with this person. It's only for a week, but that is what I'm getting for that. And let's just pull some last final cards for anybody who is wanting some info regarding career. Anything you might be involved in. Oh, this guy flipped, so we have to take him. Six of Swords, moving away from the toxicity. moving away from anything that's toxic. Okay, so if you know that you're in a job that is not good for your mental health, or you know you're in a job full of like a bunch of crazy asses that are just not really resonating with you at this point, this is you at least mentally starting to scoot away from the situation, putting your feelers out there for something different, or doing the research to transition yourself into something different. Yeah, because there's some sort of imbalance that's going on here. It's either an unreliable energy at work, right? Your work could just be unreliable. You know, it's like feast or famine kind of thing. Or you're dealing with very toxic energies. You know, the devil energy, remember, it doesn't only mean addiction, it means imbalance, really, more than anything. And it's this idea of feeling shackled to a situation. So what are you feeling shackled to when it comes to your work, Gemini? You need to look at where it is, because that's going to generate some elements of energetic toxicity. You need to really start pulling yourself away from there. My goodness, will you look at that? We get the death card, so it's time for there to be some change. There's got to be some change for you having to do with your work right now. You know, possible ending of a business connection or an avenue of money. And even though things might seem tough initially, this energy indicates it's something new on the horizon that's so much better for you is right there. You just have to be patient right now. Nine of Swords, you might be struggling right now for sure. The Nine of Swords is really about not responding well to the external stress of whatever's going on here, because your way out of something is not really clear. But hang in there, because the death energy is an energy of transformation. So I see this is really good. It's like very clear that when it comes to some sort of work situation, things are not comfortable right now. Things are uncomfortable, but things are changing. I mean, they are changing, right? I mean, it's just like the new moon in Pisces happened in your 10th house. So I feel like a lot of you are very in the headspace of figuring out this next chapter of your life as far as what it is that you want to do. And it's happening. Don't worry. This is only a week. Let's see what happens as we move into beautiful April. Anyway, my friends, that is what I have for you. I hope this was helpful in some way. Thank you so much for joining me. See you next time. Bye-bye.